Hi, this is William. Today we're going to finish up our Panda update of 2014. So informational sites. One vertical that seemed to be impacted was the broad informational sites. Websites with a lot of general information on a variety of topics were negatively impacted. Would you say Answers.com and HowStuffWorks.com were content farms? Some could argue that point, but they were among the type of sites that were negatively impacted in early analysis. This type of site, results may vary, and the quality of the content is not always uniform. So in addition, these sites have to compete against the niche content sites that are likely to answer the searcher's query. And speaking of niche content, we saw sites with niche content surface favorably after Panda 4.1. Sites that focused on specific types of content fared better than others. Some of the takeaways here include businesses that focus on providing a content-rich experience around the services and topics that their target audience cares about. Enhance the website experience. Based on page SEO and website structure can go a long way too. Even a local business that may be ahead of the game just by having a website is subject to Panda due, in part presumably to the fact that they have very little to keep users engaged on the site beyond basic contact information and simple trust signals. Algorithms do not exist in space, so don't forget that your website's content is entirety creates the user experience. At the end of the day, there are all sorts of signals, greater than 200, that impact the ranking of a website. In another case, ads above the fold. Remember the top-heavy page layout algorithm, an image-to-text ratio, which demonstrates thin content but could also pose problems for mobile users and impact the page speed. To get an understanding of what Google deems as quality experience, check out its Search Quality Evaluation Guide, version 1 of 2012, which is used by people hired by Google to evaluate the quality of sites. This feedback is used when engineers are testing new algorithm updates. For example, how does your site stack up against some of the criteria featured within that Google document? To get a grip on the quality of your content and experience your brand is creating site-wide, first off, quality. Start with your most important pages, high traffic, high value web pages, and begin evaluating them against a set of criteria. Then think about the set of criteria that Panda uses to evaluate sites. What we do know, along with the set of criteria that comes up often in Google Search Quality Guide. Then the user experience. Prioritize the content development and user experience improvements needed. Of course, you can use tools like Google Analytics for data that can help you prioritize next steps. When evaluating pages, think about the purpose of the page or set of pages and create an approach to making those deliver on their promise. And then optimize every page. Do the same amount of the second and third tier types of pages on your site until the site has been totally evaluated and action items have been assigned to each tier and type of page. Then the great thing about Panda overall is that it's elevating the quality of the search results on Google. And websites can see improvements in ranking when the algorithm refreshes after they've taken steps to improve their content and user experience. Ultimately, the changes you make to align your website content with Panda will catapult your website from just having content to having content that performs. And we call this content performance marketing. As search, content, and experience are one and the same, keeping pace with the algorithmic changes made by understanding the why behind them helps us all align strategy and better optimize and measure the performance of our content and the experience it creates. And that concludes the presentation on Panda Update 2014. This is William. I'll see you the next time. In the meantime, take a look at my blog site, wbweeksjr.com.